Hey YouTube, Starburp here. Today I'll be going over your basic interface and how to create your character on World of Warcraft. If you have a group of friends that already play World of Warcraft or a friend that already plays World of Warcraft, you should find out which realm or server they play on as well as which faction. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. You can pick from 4 different types of realm styles. There's normal, PvP, RP, which is role playing, and an RP PvP. On normal servers, there are three different types of zones: alliance controlled, and horde controlled, and contested. If you're an alliance player in an alliance controlled zone, you cannot be hit by horde players unless you hit them first, or unless you flag yourself for PvP through the interface option, meaning that you always want to be able to be engaged in PvP. And the same thing goes vice versa for horde. If you are a horde player in a horde controlled zone, you cannot be hit by alliance players first unless you are flagged for PvP or if you hit that alliance player first. And contested, anything goes. So that means that horde and alliance players can hit each other in contested zones. If you are on a normal server, these rules hold true, where you can only hit people in their own zones if they hit you first or if they're flagged for PvP. PvP meaning player versus player. If you're on a PvP zone, all those rules go out the window. PvP players can hit each other at any time that they please. So regardless of if you're in a horde controlled zone or an alliance controlled zone or a contested zone, it's open season. Unless you are a new player in certain lower level areas, you cannot be hit. Other than that, it's pretty much open game. RP holds the same rules as normal, except role-playing servers tend to be filled with other role-playing people who like to follow the story line of the game and might have their guilds play out side stories in pretty much that's parallel to the main story of the game. You can only have names that are unique to yourself. You can't have names that represent main aspects or characteristics or main characters or main places of the game. You have to be completely separate from the story when making a character name on a role-playing server. RP PvP servers hold the same rules as role-playing servers, except they have the PvP rules where you can attack anybody anywhere, anything goes. When creating a character on World of Warcraft, all the characters that you currently have created will show up on the side. You can make alliance and horde characters on the same server or realm, whatever you're used to it being called. It doesn't matter. That used to be different, but that's no longer the case. When you create a new character, you'll be able to select from a variety of alliance races and a variety of horde races and Pandarian, which are neutral. Every single race can only be a set amount of classes, so make sure the race that you pick has the class that you want to play or try out. And also, every single race has different bonuses, which I'll go more into that later with the advanced guide of what all those bonuses do. But I will cover what race has which bonuses. I just won't go into detail for exactly what they do. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go into that. Humans can be warriors, paladins, hunters, rogues, priests, mages, warlocks, monks, and death knights. They cannot be shamans, druids, demon hunters. Dwarves of the Alliance, you can make male or female by hitting the gender key up here, as well as customize various characteristics options about how they look with skin, face, and hair color. Can be warriors, paladins, hunters, rogues, priests, shamans, mages, warlocks, monks, and death knights. They cannot be druids or demon hunters. Night elves can be warriors, hunters, rogues, priests, mage, monk, druid, death knight. They cannot be paladin, shaman, warlock, and demon hunter. And so on throughout the gnome race, the Draenei, the Worgen, the orcs, the undead, the Tauren, the trolls, the blood elves, and the goblins on the horde side here. The Pandarian can pick which way they want to go at the end of their starting zone. They can choose to be Alliance or Horde. They're the only neutral race in the game at the moment. The advantages of the races for humans is increased percentage on haste, critical strike, mastery, and versatility, bonus to reputation gains, and can break out of stun effects. Dwarves may take stone form, which reduces damage taken, increases effect from critical strikes, resistance to frost damage, and finding additional archaeology fragments and survey faster. Night elves may fade into shadows, which pretty much turns them invisible for a short period of time, more difficult to hit. Wisps form while dead for faster movement speed, so they move faster while dead, resistance to nature damage, faster movement while stealthed, faster attack at night, and increased critical chance during the day. Gnomes may escape from speed altering effects, increased resource pool, resistance to arcane damage, engineering skill increased, attack faster. Draenei get jewel crafting skill increased, may heal self or others over time, increase agility and strength and intellect, so pretty much increase a base stat, resistance to damage. Worgens can periodically move quickly, critical chance increase, resistance to nature, shadow damage, and skinning speed increased. Orcs may enrage to increase damage, resistance to stuns, and pet damage increased. Undead can remove fear, sleep, and charm, may consume corpses to regenerate health and mana, can drain health from enemies, resistance to shadow. Taurens may stomp stunning nearby enemies, so they stomp their foot at the ground. Increase stamina, herbalism skill, and speed increase, resistance to nature damage, increase effect from critical strikes, and one thing that's not mentioned here is they get giganticism. Taurens' weapons and mounts, due to their massive size, look bigger. So when a Torrent is on a horse or on a mammoth, it looks way bigger than if a human or any other race in the game would be on those mounts. And same thing for their weapon. When a Torrent holds an axe, it's nearly 3 times bigger than if any other race in the game were to hold that same axe. Trolls have berserking increased attacks and casting speed, regeneration increased, increase experience gain from killing beasts, reduced duration and movement impairing effects. Blood elves have enchant skill increase, can restore resources such as mana and energy, may silence nearby opponents, resistance to arcane damage. Goblins have can rocket jump forward, can launch launch rockets at enemies, receive vendor discounts, can periodically summon a personal bank, haste increased, alchemy skill, and potion healing increased. There is a list of classes to pick from. I'll do individual class guides and role guides, and I will go into detail about each of those later. Once you do that, you can customize your character, make it look how you want to look. You name it whatever you want. And if you have too many characters, it won't let you make one. And once you do, it will have your character here, and you can simply just click on it and enter the world and load the game. That's how to make a character in World of Warcraft. I'll get into more guides later about the interface and all the individual classes. Thank you.